اينشتاين بيقول التعليم مفهوش ملل، حط نفسك مكاني هتفقد الامل. ملينا المدرسه ونظام صب وكب، شرح طول الوقت عمل لنا دروب. يا استاذنا عقلي مش سبونج بوب، يشرب المعلومه وبعديها يكب. هنا في نوسكول طلعنا من الدروب، لعب مرح تفاعلات هتعجبك يا بوب.
نوسكول أكاديمي. Simply learn different.
Hello, dearest grade 7 students. Welcome in Nowschool Academy, and I'm Miss Nihal with you. Today we're gonna have Unit 13 vocabulary, and we're going to talk about doctors' orders and advices about some illnesses, some treatments. Actually, we have a lot of amazing facts and some funny incidents in the unit. So keep with us to know what are we going to take, okay? And enjoy every moment, by the way. Okay. As I told you, this is the first part of Unit 13, Doctor's Orders, so please be prepared for the session, get out all your tools beside you, and be separated from any kind of distraction, and get your laptop, mobile, anything that you're going to be connected with me through it, and to scan the QR codes of the games. You may use the notebook, the dictionary, or of course you must or you should keep the school book beside you, then your colorful pens, highlighters, and pencils. I'm just waiting for you typing your usernames and passwords like those teachers who are waiting. So patience from Allah. Okay, our objectives and agenda for this session are analyze the text about medicine in the past and know where to explain different health problems and instructions at the doctors. I mean here by the doctors, the clinic, and we have here some dialogues between the patients and doctors. Then write a letter about famous people, whether in science or medicine. Let's see what's next. As usual, the first thing before anything else is to go and scan this code or visit down the link below the video to play such game. But before this, just wait for just a second to discuss with each others the key words, okay? Before going to play, I just want you to have a quick look on the key words. I'm not going to take a long time in it. Maybe you may use it in the game, okay? So let's see the key words of our session today. We have here the word headache, focus on the pronunciation. And then we have toothache, and leeches, and antiseptics. We will see what's meant by each one of them. And we have here century, and we will know what's meant by century. Kidding. I remember just now that I asked you to search for these words from the previous session. Did any one of you did so? You know that preparation is the most successful way to be outstanding and to be excellent. So please write down in the comments and tell me whether you prepared such words, even the pronunciation, the meaning. You have a general idea about them or no. And then it's time to play as I promised you. So pause the video or visit the link below the video and play such game and come to me very quickly. I'm just waiting for you here. I want to tell you that if you find something difficult, so delay the game till the end of the session after knowing the other information or knowing the topic of the session itself, then you are going to play it again, okay? Hurry up. So thank you so much for your great efforts, and let's move on to the main topic and subject of today, which is the vocabulary of Unit 13. We have here some words and vocabulary words, and I get for you some photos to illustrate or to make everything clear, and the word with its meaning. Let's discuss the words together before going to the reading lesson. The first word that we have today is the verb treat. Treat as a verb means to give medical care to someone. Someone is ill, of course. Okay, so doctors can treat well with the patient, okay, and so on. So this is a verb. Then we have the word headache. As you can see in the photo, someone is suffering from a pain in his head. So this is called headache. And ache, the word ache means pain. If we separate this word into two syllables, so the word ache itself means pain, okay? So the headache means a feeling of a painful feeling in someone's head. Someone suffers from a painful feeling, okay? Then we have the word patient. Patient is someone who needs the medical care. Patient means the ill or sick person, okay? This is patient, and you know here the photos to make everything clear. Then we have this photo about leeches. What are leeches? Leeches actually are black small worms, creatures, that suck blood. They're actually a kind of parasites, okay? So leeches used in the old times for treating some illnesses, as people thought, okay? Then we have the word herbs. Herbs are special plants, special greenery that used to treat some illnesses. We use them in cooking, like parsley, thyme, and other basil. There are a lot of herbs, okay? Then we have the word aspirin. Aspirin. And aspirin is a kind of medicine or something used to treat illnesses, okay? And it's used in medicine. It's a chemical substance or composition of most of painkillers and analgesics, you see? Okay. Then we have another word here, which is tablet. Tablet is a small round disc or something which we can take with water to reduce our pain, okay? It's a kind of medicine. So we have capsules, we have injection, we have tablets, pills smaller than tablets, and so on, okay? Drops, okay? Then we have the next word, which is pain. And pain is the noun of that difficult feeling and suffering from a certain problem, okay? And mainly it's related more to sickness and illnesses and so on. Then you have here Muhammad Saad with a comic about pain. He said that I live in Spain. No, omit the S, so Spain is going to be pain, okay? Let's laugh together at this. Okay, let's move on to the other word, which is stomach ache. Stomach ache means a pain in our abdomen or stomach. And toothache, and you can see this sad tooth. Toothache means a pain in our teeth or tooth. And we have here sore throat. Sore throat means a pain in your upper part of the chest or inside this upper part of the neck, okay? So when your throat hurts, this means sore throat. Then we have the ankle. As you can see, when I say my ankle hurts, means I feel pain in my ankle, and this bone is the ankle of our feet, between the foot and the leg, okay? Here we have antiseptics. Antiseptics like Dettol, detergents, or sanitizers. I know that you are commonly used to hear this word nowadays. Sanitizers or all of this are involved or are related to the word antiseptics. So antiseptics is something used to put on injuries, wounds, to clean or sanitize other thing using it, okay? Then we have the word penicillin. Penicillin is a kind of drug used to treat illnesses and sickness as well. We have here this chemical element, and I know that you're supposed to take this in science, which is radium. Radium is a chemical element. It's used in nuclear medicine. It's somehow self-luminous, you know? And it's used in the nuclear medicine, as I told you. Another word that's related to the word radium is radioactive. Radioactive is another word that's related to this kind of medical field, okay? Then we have the word radioactive, as I told you here, with its photo, and it's the energy from the nuclear reactions. Energy from nuclear reactions. For example, it's used in chemotherapy and so on. Then we have the word heart transplant, and the heart transplant is moving the heart as an organ from dead bodies or some people and implement it into another body of another patient, okay? So this is called heart transplant. It's a kind of famous surgeries, and you know one of the most excellent professors in doing this is Dr. Magdi Yaqub. And then we have ceramic crocodile, and we will see what's getting this creature here in our session, okay? As I told you, there are some amazing and funny facts that we are going to discuss. So the ceramic crocodile is our guest for today, and let's see, you know, this Ferris using this ceramic crocodile for a certain thing. Eating the patient's head or no? Let's know after a while, okay? Then here is time to have a rest. I know that you get so tired after discussing all these words, because I'm sure that you may stop and pause the video and replay some of the words and repeat the meanings and learn them by heart. This is one great advantage for having a recorded video for any session containing the explanation of vocabulary, reading lessons, and so on. So stop talking for now and pause the video, go and play this game and come back to me very quickly to complete our session. Waiting for you here. Hey, you excellent students. Yeah, one of you is telling me? Yeah, Ramiz Galal, Mr. Ramiz, you were excellent. You did the puzzle so great, okay? So it was a great job. And let's complete the session here. We are talking about medicine in the past and some unusual ways to treat headaches. You see, in the picture or in the slide in front of you, you may find these ways painful, strange, weird. We may say that they are unusual, but actually these facts happened already, okay, in the past, of course. Then, you know that headache is much simpler than treating with it like so, okay? It's a common health problem. Nowadays, with a tablet, as I told you, or any kind of painkiller, the problem is ended and everything is settled, okay? Everything is treated using a simple medicine, okay? But in the past, it was a big issue. Let's see how did they treat with such illness in the past. So people with different cultures use different ways to deal with such problem. Here are some of these treatments. Let's begin with some people in the thousands of years ago. They used to, and they call doctors in this era or in this age medicine men. Yeah, you may find this in your school book. They didn't call them doctors, physicians, professors, and so on. They mentioned their names as medicine men. So let's see, medicine men did what? They made holes in the patient's head. Can you imagine? They are holding in the picture a hammer, you know the hammer, and they hit the patient's head to make a hole. They thought that this is a great way for treating headaches. Don't ask me, Miss Nihal, were people alive after doing so, after having a hole in their heads to treat headaches? I don't know. Actually, I don't know. But for this reason, people died. I don't know. Okay? Then they believed that this is the best way to treat headaches, okay? In another picture, Native American Indians. Native American Indians used special herbs, and those herbs contained the chemical composition or the chemical substance of aspirins. So they thought that it's a successful way for treating headaches. And then let's move to the ancient Egyptians. And the ancient Egyptians were outstanding in everything. So, you know, Mr. Ceramic crocodile that we've just talked about it. Okay, our guest for today. This crocodile is used to be tied around the patient's head, and they fill this ceramic crocodile. It's not a true or real crocodile. It's a kind of statue. It's made of ceramic, okay? Then they fill such crocodile with a certain kind of herbs, and they tie it to the head of the patient. The reason till now or till today is not known, okay, for doing so. But they suppose that they are treating headaches in such way. Then let's go to a more modern era and age in the Middle Ages. You know, people weren't that rich at that time to go to doctors or to afford going to hospitals and doctors, but those who were rich and went to doctors and hospitals were treated by something also strange. It wasn't that usual. They had money and they paid money to be treated in a different way. You know what is it?
ولأن شرب المية بيساعد على التركيز، دوس بوز وروح اشرب مية وتعال بسرعة، ما تتأخرش.
Okay, can you imagine? Can you look at the pictures and see what's remaining we didn't talk about? Yeah, these black worms, the leeches. So doctors used leeches to be put on the patient's neck to treat headache. They thought that they are treating them in the most luxurious way, okay? The rich people only those who had leeches on their necks and those who were treated from headaches in such way. Okay, then can you imagine, after reading all of this in your school book, of course, or looking and discussing this with me, how could dentists, or how did dentists treat the toothaches in the past? I really can't imagine anything after having such information from today's session. Okay, another question, just think and write to me in the comments below, or take notes regarding your notes and answers. You may search and Google it, okay? You may write different unusual ways for treating toothaches in the past, okay? Then we have here another question. Do you know any other unusual way for treating illnesses, even in the modern or in our age, okay, in our 21st century, okay? You can tell me also in the comments below. And then let's move on to the next point. Be with me. Okay, the next point with us today is the common health problems and complaints that people used to complain about when they go to the doctors, clinics, and hospitals. Patients always complain about the most common health problems that we have today. But I just wanted to pay attention for one great note, one important note, that when you want to express in a dialogue your sickness or illness, so you just use some different ways. So here we have, for example, one way of them to express such pain in using the verb have got, I've got something, okay? And also you can express your pains and your pain or illness using the verb hurt or hurts in its conjugation form. So let's see those problems. Here we have, I've got a headache. You can say a headache hurts or my headache hurts. No, it's going to be wrong. So when you want to say that you suffer from headache, so you use the verb have got, okay? I've got a headache, I've got a stomach ache, I've got a toothache, I've got a cold, I've got a sore throat, I've got a temperature. It's something like fever, you know? But when you want to express that something hurts you, so you may say, my eyes hurt, and look at this, my eyes, because they are plural, we use they, so they takes hurt, not hurts, okay? And also, there's nothing called my eye ache. I've got an eye ache. No. The word ache doesn't come with any word in the world. No. Okay? Then you can say my ankle hurts, because ankle is singular. So you here put S to the verb. Okay? My ankle hurts. My eyes hurt. My arm hurts. And so on, okay? Here, other linguistic notes that you have in this table, which is the prepositional phrases. I mean that some collocations using prepositions, a word and some prepositions with it to be like a puzzle, they match together. So when you want to say that you decide something, use the preposition to. Decide to, tie to, put on, put off, okay? Afford to, and afford means to be able to pay for something or to someone, okay? Go away means to be far away or to get out, for example. Then go on means to be continuing doing something or to keep on, okay? Here we have laugh at. Laugh at means to, for example, laugh at jokes, to make fun of someone. So laugh at, not laugh to. Then we have here share with, but participate in, for example. So this collocates with this, and so on. Okay? Another thing in the linguistics that we have today, what we call derivatives. And derivatives means, you know, the word family. So we're going to see the root word, the original word, and its family. The derivatives, the different forms of such word. So in this table we have some verbs and the noun from these verbs and the adjectives. But it's not a must that any other or each word in the word may have the three forms, no, or subdivisions. No, some have just nouns and adjectives. There are no verbs for these words, okay? You will see this in the table. So the first one that we have today is the verb treat. The noun from this word is treatment, and the adjective to be treated well. The patient is treated well by the great doctor, okay, or the clever doctor. Then we don't have a verb from the word medicine, but the adjective is medical, and so on. Let's move on to the next one here. Yeah, realize or realize. You may listen to it as, or you may hear it as realize or realize. Both are correct. Realize, realized, realization, or realization, okay? And discover, discovery, discovered, okay? Specify means to be definite, particular, and related to something. Specify, specification, and specified. You see? Also you may have the noun from specify, specific. This is also a noun. And then you have here specialize, specialized, and the noun specialized is the adjective and the noun is the specialist. And actually it's not just the only noun, because specialist means someone who is specialized in something, okay? The doer of the verb. It's not the noun from the verb, okay? Then we have another part, which is the synonym and the antonym, okay? Actually, in your books, you may find some writing and speaking topics talking about famous people in science or medicine, like Joseph Lister, for example. You may find this and search for it in your school books. Read it from the textbook itself. Joseph Lister is the first doctor to use antiseptics in hospitals. He was working in the city hospital, and he found that most patients died because of uncleanliness, you see? So he wanted to do something for those patients and doctors. Everyone was in need to cleanliness. So he discovered the antiseptics, okay? People at first made love of him or laughed at him, but later they realized that he was right. So again, the first one who used antiseptics in hospitals and for patients and doctors was Joseph Lister. And then we go to Marie Curie. Marie Curie is a Polish woman, and her father was a physics teacher, and she enjoyed physics at school so much. Then she moved to another country, I think, and she was married to Pierre Curie, and Pierre Curie was a scientist. They both discovered radium. You know, radium, what we've called or what we've talked about at the very beginning when we were discussing the vocabulary, the nuclear element used in radioactivity and nuclear treatments, okay, nuclear medicine. So Mary was the first woman and the first person who won the honor to use the word radioactive in nuclear science, and she was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. She shared it with her husband. She was so generous, okay? But you know, women always, ladies first, okay? Okay, then you have another one, which is Alexander Fleming. And Alexander Fleming, the first one who discovered penicillin, and also he discovered or used antiseptics. He was a professor of medicine specialized in antiseptics, and he discovered penicillin, as I told you. He won also Nobel Prize with 2 other people. Search for their names in your books. And then they talked about Christian Bernard. And let's see, what did Christian Bernard did? He was a doctor specialized in the heart. So he made or did his first heart transplant. He transferred a heart from a dead woman into a 55-year-old man. And actually, after this heart transplant operation, this man lived for 18 days later, and then he died, okay? Also, the second heart transplant for a man who lived 563 days, which was a progress for such doctor, okay? Then, of course, what we want to concern about here, not only the facts and the general information, but also the vocabulary. Try to extract the most important vocabulary from such readings and discussions. Here I've just discussed with you what's written in your books, but we go here to the everyday language expressions, and we have some expressions that we may use in certain situations. So let's discuss this together. Our language functions, or ended up with means to finally got, okay? Then hang on it means to hold or to keep, to preserve, okay? The next one is you're kidding, and you're kidding means you're joking. It's not related to kids and children, no. You're kidding means you're joking. Oh, you're kidding, really, that happens? And so on. Congrats. It's the short form or the informal language between young people. And this means well done. Here you have an exercise. I just got it from your school books as well. Try to think it over and search for the answers for this exercise. I'm waiting for you here. After writing your answers in a note or whatsoever, please don't forget to comment for me down below the video and write your answers. Yeah, great. Great, awesome. Yeah, these were the answers, and this is the answer key in front of you to check for yourselves. You were great. Then we go to the quiz time after finishing all the discussions in such unit. So please be prepared for such quiz, because it's somehow a collective quiz based on different points that we've discussed today. So if you really feel that you missed a certain part, you can replay the video before going to this quiz. Go, I'm waiting for you here. Be yours. Hey, yeah, welcome back. Super students, you got it correct. Great. Your scores were great and excellent. Welcome back. Okay. Here we come to summarizing and summing up all the information in this session. So let's review together and revise together what we've taken today. First of all, we talked about medicine in the past, the unusual ways to treating headaches, or how to treat headaches in the past and different cultures for different people, different ways, and so on. Then we moved to talk about some famous people in science and medicine, Joseph Lister, Christian Bernard, and the others, Marie Curie, and so on. We talked also about the health problems and health complaints, and how can we differentiate between using have got and the verb hurt and hurts. Then we transferred to the everyday language expressions, and we talked about congratulations, well done, you're kidding, ended up with hang on to. Okay, here we come to the ethical value or the moral value of our session today. And because we're talking about doctors, medicine, illnesses, and sickness, I've just chosen this value and the blessing, the great blessing of being recovered, the blessing of recovery from Allah, الشفاء من عند الله. Okay, so always trust in Allah in being recovered, and always believe that having a certain pain or a certain problem means that Allah wants so. Allah is always choosing the best for every one of us. So it's not that big problem. Just trust in Allah. And remember Allah. For example, you may read Quranic verses, you may say such wise sayings and prophet sayings. So we have here to thank Allah for such pain. Can you imagine? Yeah, when you have a certain pain, a certain problem, health problem specifically, so say Alhamdulillah fi wajai wa fi maradi. Always thank Allah for this. And we have here a Quranic verse that was an evidence for this, which is أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإذا مرضت فهو يشفيني صدق الله العظيم. So always trust in Allah in being recovered, okay? And stay safe and sound, and always be healthy and keep healthy. The homework for today is written in the attached files, so please check them to do your homework. Finish your homework and have a drink calmly, okay, after doing everything that you are asked to. One final thing is the preparation for the next session. Yeah, for the next session, I want you just to prepare yourselves in searching for such words and looking up for them. We have here some words related to the relative pronouns, defining relative pronouns, the word close. What's mean by close? It's not close, it's close. So search for this, what's this? And the past habits and used to. For this, we come to the end of this session. I really enjoyed my time with you. Hope you enjoy so. And until we meet again in the other video, goodbye. Thanks for watching.
نتمنى من كل قلبنا الحصة تكون عجبتك، وبنقول لك ما تنساش تحل الكويز اللي في المصادر، وكمان تقيم الحصة تحت في التعليقات. منتظرينك في اللايف في حفظ الله.